This week's movie is the touching story of when Colonel Sanders blackmails a lady into feeding some zombie pirates. That's right, we're talking zombie pirates. Now, this movie starts out with our hero, I say hero in parentheses here, Laura, coming home and treating a bullet wound. And then we get to see her boobs less than 10 minutes into the movie. So you know this is going to be a good movie here. Then she goes to bed and wakes up the next morning and Colonel Sanders is in her kitchen, demanding coffee, while he should be demanding fried chicken. He says he took the security camera footage of the place she robbed and killed a guy last night, and he wants his leather-bound book back. So she tries to knife him, and he immediately parries the knife blow, knocks it down, and pushes on her bullet wound. And then she gets the book. And then he makes her an offer she can't refuse, mainly because he's blackmailing her into accepting it, with other copies of the security camera footage. If she agrees to take this curse from some dead pirates, curse / boon, it's either way you look at it, it's a bad idea, from some dead pirates that live off the coast, then he will give her the footage back. Well, she does some research at the library, and then we get a brief history of these cannibalistic pirates who were shot down off the coast just after fighting in the Battle of Louisiana in the War of 1812. And we find out she has to feed the pirates for 5 nights in a row at exactly midnight. Human bodies. Sorry, I've got bronchitis, so I kind of got to catch my breath every few seconds. So she agrees, mainly because he's blackmailing her. If you ever wondered how Colonel Sanders got good in business, he blackmail apparently. She goes about finding these bodies, and also is visited by a detective who's looking into where she was the night that person got robbed and killed. Thing is, though, that night she called her friend and made an alibi. So she's continuing to find these bodies, and the detective goes to the friend who can't find the cards they played with, and the detective finds that fishy. He also finds that our hero Laura, who's feeding bodies to skeleton zombie pirates 5 nights in a row to get silver, it has a shoulder wound. Yeah, they're not traditional zombies, they're skeleton zombies. They eat the people she throws off at midnight in kind of gruesome scenes. And it's really the only gore in this movie, but it's actually not bad gore. And then the captain comes to her house and delivers her silver in a baggie. Ugh. So then she visits Colonel Sanders to get the tapes, knowing the detective is on her trail, and has taken a scarf from her friend to deliver it to her, but really the detective took the scarf to run a DNA test. Colonel Sanders says he's not giving her the DVDs of the security camera footage, and that if anything happens to him, the security camera footage is going to news crews. He says, well, I'll just take off and be long gone before that happens. And I'll fence the silver myself. And she kills Colonel Sanders. That is the second time Colonel Sanders has died. Actually, it's probably like the 10th or 12th. Colonel Sanders has probably died a lot. But Colonel Sanders dies in this movie after blackmailing that chick. I don't know if when they're hiring him, they wired him to look like Colonel Sanders, or if he just shown up looking like Colonel Sanders and like, yep, you got the part because you look the most like Colonel Sanders. Yeah, so I don't know. So she kills Colonel Sanders and feeds his body to the zombie pirates. And then she goes home getting ready to flee, and the detective visits her one last time, returning her scarf and asking for coffee, which he said he gave up. Wasting many hours of her night. On the 5th night, until it gets till after midnight, and she hasn't gave them their last body to eat. And then they show up at her house, all the zombie pirates, to eat her. So the detective arrests her for murder and goes out to fight the zombie pirates in what's really not that interesting of a battle. It's just him firing his gun and the zombie pirates going down. I mean, he gets stabbed at one point and is on his back, but he doesn't get eaten or anything. He pretty much fights them all off, thanks to his gun and her gun that she pulled on him. She was going to make him the final sacrifice, I guess. So, yeah. She does get out of some handcuffs during it, though, and beat a zombie to death with some sort of trophy or something, and worms are coming out of its skull. It's a pretty cool scene. But finally, at the end, he calls 911 in for backup when the phones start working again. And she's like, I have to go meet the leader. And he's like, no, don't go anywhere. I'll shoot. And she's like, I have to. And he's like, don't make me break my word. And so he shoots her. And then the pirate leader shows up and delivers him some silver. And that is Zombie Pirates. I mean, it's a good little movie for what it is. It doesn't have a lot of gore. But it's got Colonel Sanders blackmailing someone. So if you ever want to see Colonel Sanders blackmail someone, and it's got fine acting in it. Not as fine as Possession, but I mean, I don't think all of you watched Joe Bob last week. So check out Zombie Pirates on Tubi. And come back next week where we'll watch something else that is probably just as weird.